If you have suggestions for Mr. Way for his property, he's here to listen to you. And I think it's great that you've come to talk to your neighbor about concerns that you have about his property. That's why we're here today.
All that we've asked is until it is developed, the fence is kept in good repair. That is the definition. I'm told that it's too hard to define good repair. It's right here in the bylaw. We have the condition for a vacant property, kept free from garbage, rubbish, brush, discarded materials and other debris, kept free from weeds and the excessive growth of weeds and grasses, which I don't know how anyone can look at that and say that's compliant. I don't get it. And graded so as to be maintainable, which in that case you wouldn't have the wet area and you wouldn't have the problem with cattails. So that's all we've been asking for. If the city hasn't given it to you in that language, I just wanted to make sure people understand that's all we're asking for. It's not crazy. I don't expect you to develop it tomorrow. That's why I'm here. So I thank you for coming.
But if you could work with Parks and Rec and think of some way to maintain it better, that'd be terrific. Part of the problem is we invite people to come up here and we brag about how beautiful it is. And as they're driving here to get to Cobble, where I like to golf, they have to pass that. And they think, what? Yeah, this is our visitor center. Yeah, you know, I know you're not saying this is an aesthetic thing that I'm looking at, so I'm not trying to preach to the choir here, but I'm wondering if that be one of the options. I don't think it's fair just to tell them vaguely we don't like the property. I do think that there have to be suggestions. And I personally think that the city has been way too back off and just said, oh, let the police deal with it. And I think that's a terrible thing for our councillors to do. You can revoke that bylaw, take it back, take the enforcement back, and deal with it. And sorry, I'm not preaching it now, I'm preaching to councillors. I just think it's terrible if the city council just looks at this and says it's a police matter.
No, we all don't say that.
Okay, but yes. Well, that's been the message.
This is the first time I've heard anything outside of, we don't like the fence, you're not adhering to the bylaws, and we do bring our people in and we do spend the money on maintaining it. I mean, to me, when I come and look at this property, to me, it's actually for a vacant site. It's in good shape for a vacant site. I mean, it is an old factory site.
You don't live here looking at it. Yeah,
well,
yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, I live in communities that have it too. So I mean, it's not. This is not. I mean, I understand that we see it every day, and like I said before, the last thing that I want is to have a vacant site here. I would have loved to have this developed out and be on to another site. It could potentially be in Owen Sound. I mean, we're looking at a property in Owen Sound. But there's a market, in the development of this nature is market driven.
And you may only have 20 minutes today, but if you really believe in this property and you really care about your investment, you're going to come back and you're going to have a public meeting and you're going to spend some time with this community so that we can help you troubleshoot and solve this problem for you and solve this problem for all of us. You're standing right now on the ground of a recently redeveloped community museum that's been revitalized by volunteers, by people that weren't willing to let a building sit and rot and turn into that. We can do it again, we can help you do it, but you have to have faith in this community and you have to get to know us.